Good morning. Welcome to our live program here today. My name is Lori Meyer. I'm a local real estate broker, and we're so excited to be back here on live with you on this beautiful Friday morning, April 8th, and we are in the spring season. So this morning I went for a beautiful run in Arroyo Verde. And you know, we've had like that little overcast fog sitting out there, you know, over the islands, and the views have been distorted. My poor ocean view condo, we can't get any good pics because of this darn fog. And as I headed up through Arroyo Verde this morning on my run, oh my God, it was so incredible, it was so beautiful. And the wildflowers are just like coming over the path. So you're literally running through Arroyo Verde and you're like in the flowers, and the butterflies are all over the place. So anyways, get out this weekend. It's really beautiful out there. Spend some time in Mother Nature, get out of your house. So anyways, welcome to our live show today. We're very excited. We have some really great things on the agenda today. You're going to meet my transaction coordinator, Amanda Stewart, who is my right hand. I wouldn't have a life without her. She's incredible. We'll talk a little bit more about her, and we're also going to talk about a recent closing that we had with one of our clients. Her name is Nancy, and we have a great story about Nancy because dream homes, right? What's your dream home? We're going to talk about what is your dream home? How do you find your dream home? So grab a cup of tea. And we have some great links in my bio that you can check on for resources, our newsletter. And but first of all, I would love to introduce to you someone who we are at Realty One Group, by the way. I just want to give a plug for Realty One Group. This is our office. Lifestyle Listings is underneath the umbrella of Realty One Group. We just came back from our annual summit. It was off the hook, so we're very excited. And we are here in our conference room here at Realty One Group. So thank you to Realty One Group. Thank you, Cam Pinsack. You're amazing. So we are going to bring on a very, very, very important person on our team with Lifestyle Listings. And her name is Amanda Stewart. Is Amanda coming on? Hello, Amanda. Are you there, Amanda?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yay, good morning.
Yay, good morning. Thank you so much for coming on to our live program today. It's so good to see your amazing face.
Yeah, same. You as well. My pleasure.
Yay! Yay! And by the way, just so all of you know, like Amanda is a very busy transaction coordinator. She is very high in demand. I think her and I have been working together off and on for about, I don't know how many, 7 years?
At least.
At least, like,
yeah.
not only as associates because she's a realtor, but also in a capacity of she coordinates. When we say transaction coordinator, what does that mean? That means that when we open an escrow, then I pass the baton to Amanda, so I can go out, build more business. And Amanda makes sure that all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. We are here to protect you as a client, either as a seller or as a buyer. So, Amanda, how is life because Amanda's in Texas, right? So she's
Fort Worth.
All the way through from Texas. What's your weather like today?
Beautiful and sunny, but that could change in 5 minutes because Texas weather is bipolar and you just never know. It was pretty cold and windy yesterday, but it's beautiful today, so we'll see.
And yesterday too, it was kind of crazy. So yeah, but we're having beautiful weather today. So
good.
Tell us or tell everybody a little bit about what is your role with Lifestyle Listings.
So kind of like Lori touched base, once a contract is fully ratified, she sends it over to me and she sends it to the escrow team as well. So my job at that point is I review the full contract. I make sure everything's executed. I go through and put together the timelines to make sure everyone understands the milestones of the transactions, you know, when inspections are due, when contingencies are due, when earnest money needs to be deposited, the first day of the final walkthrough period, those kind of things. And then I basically just kind of quarterback and I work with the other cooperating brokerage. If they have a transaction coordinator, I work with the escrow company, the lending team to make sure everybody has what they need throughout the transaction. And at the end of the transaction, make sure everyone has a complete and compliant file.
Yes, and it is not always really smooth. However, however, we're always in that learning phase. We're always learning new things, and there's, I mean, we've seen all kinds of different flavors of escrow, but we always close for you and you know, whatever your escrow is, we always make sure that we get it to close, and Amanda coordinates all of that. So it is such an integral part of the transaction, and most
Yes.
importantly, legally to protect clients and make sure that everything is compliant with the file. So tell us a little bit about what you love about real estate, Amanda.
Oh gosh, I got into real estate back in 2011 when both of my parents were real estate agents as well. So I kind of got into it based upon both of my parents. I mean, I grew up going to open houses every Sunday. Like that was just fun in my family. Like we would go to church and then we'd go look at, you know, houses growing up in Michigan. So it's just always kind of been in my blood. I love homes. I love real estate, and being licensed, I have my license hung as referral status because I'm no longer in California, but still just being able to be part of that process and knowing that what we do is so important to protect, you know, home buyers and home sellers, you know, navigate the entire transaction, because it's one of the biggest purchases or biggest sales most people make in their entire life. So it's really important that we as the professionals can do everything we can to protect them along the way. And that's very important to me. That's one of my passions.
Yeah, so Amanda is so passionate. She shares the passion of Lifestyle Listings about our clients. Like, we really love our clients, and we want to make sure that they get what they need and that they feel safe, right, Amanda? Like, we make sure they feel safe, yeah?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. They always,
Cool.
they've got us to come to, you know, if situations come up, they have questions about anything that happens, we're there. We've got answers. So Amanda also has a background in escrow, and so talk a little bit about that, how that has contributed to you being a transaction coordinator.
You know, I loved working in escrow. I loved it. I left when I moved to Texas, but just having that background has been immensely helpful, because there's so many different people and different parties that, you know, are part of the real estate transaction. So being able to know what that other side of the transaction is, you know, in escrow, and what they need and what their requirements are going to be, just really helps make the transaction, I feel, a bit smoother, because I can kind of see ahead of time what escrow is going to need. If things come up, okay, this is how they're going to need to deal with it. So we can maybe prepare the clients, you know, sooner than later as well.
Oh, well, that's good. A great point about one of the amazing things about Amanda is that we get to a situation in escrow, she has foresight, right? So she already knows what's coming, and you know, I have a lot of training in that too. We always know if we make this decision about this, if we go here, we know we're going to have to go here and here and here, and that's really why it's so important for people to have really excellent representation in any type of escrow, right, Amanda?
100%. I mean, the whole goal is to make sure the clients are protected, you know, from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So one of the things we've talked about just kind of off subject, is the great pause. I'm talking about it like the great pause, the last 2 years. What for you, you came out, you're coming out of the great pause. What changed for you in your life, maybe personally, or something that you're taking on, that's different now in your life after the great pause?
I feel like I'm probably one of the exceptions that didn't really experience a big pause with COVID. For me, I was already working at home, right? Doing transaction coordinating. So Erica at Realty One Group, we actually joked like, oh, everyone's going on the Amanda plan because I was already doing this, working from home. So it was kind of nice to have all of a sudden, everyone, even in other states, in California now, people are on Zoom calls, we're doing meetings online. People that weren't necessarily very familiar with technology, all of a sudden were forced to be more technology friendly because we had to use these type of platforms to see people. So it was beneficial for me in that way that I was able to then plug into office meetings from, a different state where normally, I just wouldn't. So I feel like everyone was able to become more, what's the word I'm looking for? Just everyone was able to kind of figure out how to still like work, and their new normal, through that process when people just weren't able to see each other in person.
Yeah.
But as far as pausing, I mean, my granddaughter, who's almost 2, she was born during 2020. She was living in Las Vegas at that point. We had a bit of a struggle during that. So we were going back and forth. We flew quite a bit in 2020, honestly. It was super unfortunate, but prices were a heck of a lot cheaper and there was no one on airplanes. That was a small, benefit in my life. Obviously all of the sickness was awful and horrific, but it didn't affect my family specifically in such a way that I feel like a lot of people were affected. Life just kind of kept going on for us.
Well, even though you had to work through the court systems and stuff in the last 2 years, you kind of saw some of that. But kudos to you, Grandma. You just really nailed it, and so excited that you're really able to enjoy that time now. So that's like one of your most favorite things to do outside of working is to spend time with your granddaughter, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we are so grateful for you to come on today. I love you. You're amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Another really great year, another banner year. We had such a banner year last year. So thank you for working.
No, definitely. Real estate sure didn't slow down during COVID either. That's for sure. We just kept plugging away.
Just plugging away. Thanks for working with my team and loving on them.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Thank you.
Great Lions, man. Football season is going to be.
Hey, and Matthew Stafford. Hey, I'm all for him and the Rams too. I just want him to be good. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So yeah, the home purchasing, the home selling process is really important. We have a big team, we have people with, in different areas of the transaction. We make sure that those people in those positions are very professional and they're very educated and great negotiators and good at contract. So one of the things we want to talk about today is dream home. Yeah. So how does that all go? How does that start? You as a buyer, you decide that you want to find your dream home, or you want to buy a home. You started the home buying process, or you're thinking about buying, a home. People are like, maybe this is the time for us to buy a home. And so what do people do now? They go online, they go on the internet, they go to the different resources online, they start looking around, and I think that's very common. Get on there, let's kind of see what's available. And this is really the most important time for you to find your real estate professional and hopefully contact us and come in and sit down with us and talk about your vision. What does your vision look like? What does your dream look like? We've been thinking about buying a home in the last year. We know we still have some work to do, but where do we go? It's like a game, right? And you've got the spaces, and we already know how to get through the game. It's like Candyland, right? We want to make sure, chutes and ladders, we want to make sure that you get up the ladders and you don't end up going down the chutes. So buying a home, thinking about buying a home really starts with meeting with your real estate professional so that we can help you narrow down, work on that vision, work on that dream, and then of course get into the pre-qualification process. Finding a home can also be very frustrating, right? You're on the internet and then you call and you find out the home is in escrow, you're shopping all around, and it's so time consuming for you. And guess what? That's what we do for you. We at Lifestyle Listings, we go to work for you. We go out there, we find the home. We have lots of different places to find homes for you. We not only go onto the MLS, we use that source, but we have a huge network of agents that we work with. We find homes before they go on the market. We find homes that might match your criteria of people that haven't even listed their home for sale. And this is one of the things we do. So hiring a real estate professional is super, super important. We go to work for you. Just if you were gonna hire an attorney to go do something for you, we go to work for you. We create a partnership with you, and we help you find your home so that you don't spend a lot of time, on endless resources that aren't getting you the results that you need. So we really want you to lean on us here at Lifestyle Listings for all of our resources. If you go to our bio, you will find the home search, I think it's called the Dream Home Finder on my bio, on my page on Instagram, and you'll be able to go there and start searching for your home, and then we'll be notified. We can connect and sit down. There's no commitment. We just want to start the conversation so that you don't waste time, and we can help you find that dream home. So recently, we had this great success story. We have lots of great success stories, and there's one recently of a woman, Nancy, and she was out looking for her home. And so today I would like to introduce or bring back to you Jessica Maxwell, who's on our team here at Lifestyle Listings. We're going to talk about this great, great story. Yay! Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday. That doesn't really mean anything to me anymore.
I know, my filter's like, oh, it's Friday. Oh, okay, well, I'm showing property tomorrow. And that's awesome. We love showing property.
Yes.
So, anyways, you're very excited. You just got back from Summit in Vegas this week.
Yes.
Great retreat, right?
Yes, it was amazing.
Oh.
I learned so much, and I'm so glad that I went.
Oh my gosh, Jessica's so on fire. So, so here we have Nancy. Let's talk a little bit about the journey for Nancy. Tell us a little bit about what that looked like for Nancy.
Well, Nancy met you, I think, 9 years ago. And do you remember where she found you?
Yes, she found me from one of my home search websites that I had back then.
Okay,
Yeah.
so kind of like Dream Home Search.
Yes.
So she met you, and she really wanted to buy a house, but it just wasn't the right time. And so she had some stuff she needed to fix. Life, went on. She had stuff she went through. And so, a couple months ago, she called you, and she's like, I'm ready. And you're like, okay, let's do this, right? But there was still, one more thing that she had to fix. But during that, we were like, okay, well, let's start searching. Let's set you up with a lender. Amazing lender, Ceci Figueroa. She is just the bomb. And she helped her and made her feel safe and comfortable. And so we went and searched for property. And it's funny because we found this one townhome that she really loved, and we wrote an offer on it. And it was like this close to getting accepted. And then she was like, wait, this isn't the one. I was like, well, what do you mean it's not the one? This market, you got, your offer is about to get accepted. This is exciting. She's like, it's not the one. I was like, pull the plug. That's it. It's not the one. Can't move forward.
Right.
So as exciting as it is to get an offer accepted in this market,
Yeah.
it just wasn't for her.
Yeah.
So
And good for you for working for your client and not working for your check.
yeah, no, it's not about that.
Yeah.
So then we just kept looking, and actually we found a house down the street from that townhome, put in an offer, and after 2 long days of negotiation, we got it.
Yay!
And she was like so excited. And you could tell in that moment, looking at the other one, that this was the home for her. It had everything that she wanted. And it's down the street from her sister too. So that's really
I
cool.
don't think I knew that.
Oh, well, now you know.
Oh, that's so exciting. So Nancy was really, she had a dream, she had a dream, and she knew that when it was time for her to really get serious about her dream and implementing that, she came right back to us. And then she came back to me, and then I said, I would introduce you to Jessica, because I felt like her and Jessica were really going to, connect. And then Jessica went and showed her some property, and sure enough, Nancy calls me. She's like, hello, Jessica. She's great. I'm like, well, that's amazing. So what were, did you guys have any challenges within the transaction that, as you went through escrow?
Yeah, we actually had quite a few, probably more than normal.
Yeah.
It was like every couple days, it was like stuff was going good, and then something would hit. And Nancy did have an FHA loan, and sometimes there's certain criteria for FHA loans that we have to meet to make sure the home is safe and all that stuff. So yeah, we had some stuff that we went through, and I would get on the phone with Nancy, and obviously, I'm like, it's gonna be fine. We're having faith, right? And she's like, yeah, we're having faith. I was like, then if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And she was like, you're right. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And that was it. That was like the whole attitude during the entire transaction, as well as the lender. She felt the same. If it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. Like, we don't have to worry about this.
Right. Such an important attitude for you, for your clients. And when you were going through the transaction, were you like coming up against stuff that was difficult but you didn't share with your client?
Yeah, of course. And she probably knows, that there was stuff going on in the background. And she's like, I haven't talked to you in 2 days. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm working, and it's fine, and everything's good, Faith, right? She's like, yeah, Faith, okay, have a good day, So, yeah, there was stuff that I had to come up against, working with the other agent, that it wasn't necessary to share with the client because I didn't want her to be upset. So I took that on.
Yeah.
And, just having a good positive attitude about the whole thing just made the transaction. We were supposed to close in 45 days.
And how many days did you close in?
27.
27 days. Yes, that's a good lender. That's a good agent.
Yes, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So, and what's really cool is Nancy ended up becoming really good friends with the seller.
That's so awesome.
They had like such a,
I love it when that happens.
yeah, they had like such a strong bond. And the seller had a garage sale and called Nancy, and Nancy went there. I wasn't even there. I had no idea, and so it was just really cool. That was like a really, really awesome transaction to see everybody work together and form friendships and bonds, and like, you're taking over my home that I've lived in for 40 plus years.
Right.
Like, there's
All
a
the
lot of,
emotion.
there's so
Right.
much like history in that home.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, and there's, some agents don't support the buyer and the seller meeting and cooperating together. However, for me, it's always worked out really, really well.
Yeah.
Because everybody starts to see that everybody is going for the same goal, right? We're all going for the same, we're on the same journey, but we all want to get there. And when they start to talk and they're like, yes, oh no, we're good, how are you? I'm like, it's just such a smoother way in most cases, to have the transaction go. So what do you think how others can be encouraged by Nancy's story?
I know 100%, and I think it's true in anything that anybody does, is to not give up. Like, you have a dream and you have a goal, and it may take 6 months, it may take 6 years, it may take 10 years.
Yeah.
But if you don't give up and you just keep going for that goal, you're eventually gonna get there.
Right.
So it's Nancy is like 9 years, you know, that's a long time to like wait for a house, and like, I don't know, like the market changed how much in 9 years? Probably like 100 million times, you know? So, yeah, it's the just not giving up and knowing that if you have a goal and you want to get there, you will get there, and not worrying about anything else, you know, in that time, how long, or, you know, this maybe this isn't right for me because it's been 3 years, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, and because you will come up against, some challenges in up to getting to your goal. But like recently in our family, this is a cute little story, but we have your son LJ, my amazing grandson LJ. He's going to be 6 in July 11th, and he is doing jujitsu. Okay. And he was doing jujitsu and everything was going well, but then he started to get like discouraged, right? So, then he started to say, I'm not going to jujitsu anymore. And so tell us a little bit about that story, because that's such a great story about not giving up, and it's such
so
a great
cute.
story.
Yeah, so it's like every day it was like, you want to go to jujitsu? No, I don't want to go to jujitsu, and crying and tears, and I'm like, oh, I can't do this anymore, and I was like, but it's good for him, and my husband's like, we have to, just encourage him not to give up. And so I actually was dealing with Nancy during this time, so it's like someone that didn't give up on their dream, and someone that's, their goal, and somebody that, a 5-year-old that I'm like, it's so important, even if it takes us 9 years. So, yeah, we took him every day, and he would sit there and he would watch, and he wouldn't even do it. And then now he's literally begging me to go.
Now, and he just got another stripe,
Yeah.
his 3rd white stripe on Monday, and that stripe was about not giving up.
Yeah.
So here, the little 5-year-old is learning a lesson about not giving up and then being rewarded for pushing through. So
Yeah.
that's a great story. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
Nancy's testimony is in a newsletter that came out, and if you want to see our newsletter, you can go to the bio. But Nancy's testimony is in the newsletter. It's very emotional. It's a great story, and it's such a tribute to our team, what we do, how we work with our clients, and get them to their dream home. So thank you so much. Great job.
Yeah, thanks for giving her to me. She's amazing.
You're really.
Yay, thank you. Okay. Bye.
Okay, so we have a couple of people here on the show today, and we have Ceci Figueroa. Hi, Ceci. So glad to have you on the show today. Thank you so much for working with Nancy, and what a blessing you were. Yeah, you were such a blessing for Nancy, for Jessica. You're amazing. We're so looking forward to doing many, many, many more transactions, because you're the lender that makes it happen. You get the club. So thank you so much. We also have Bonnie Getz on here. Hi, Bonnie. I love you. My birthday sister. We're very close friends, and we're born on the same day, the same year, at the same hospital. So anyways, I love you, Bonnie. You're amazing. Mike is on. Hi, Mike, and Vincent, and Viviana. If you guys have any questions or anything that you want to ask us, go ahead and plug it in there. But let's see, what else? We're going to do this one. Let's see. Oh, read the comment. Okay, so Lori, you did a great job selling our house in Ventura, 4 o'clock on Friday. Sorry, I don't know that, I can't read that word. We ran into a small hitch, but you didn't let that stop you. We were signing papers Monday morning, all because of you, your team. Thank you so much. Where did that come from? Oh, Dale. I love you, Dale. You're amazing. Dale and his wife Angie are in Morrogate now, happily. And so, anyways, I think that's our show for today. It is, the market is changing a little bit, And that's okay. It doesn't mean it's not a time to buy, and it doesn't mean it's not a time to sell. We are here for you at Lifestyle Listings to work with you, to get you to your dream, whatever that is. Once again, please check out our bio and all of our great links. Have a happy spring, and we will see you in 2 weeks back here on Live with Lifestyle. Have a great day.